looked like you had worked out, like you were muscular.
I did lift weights. I started lifting weights. David did not want me to lose weight. He was like, don't work out.
So you bulked up slightly.
I did bulk up slightly, and he wanted me to look like a girl who drank beer. So I was like, oh darn, I guess I'm gonna have to drink beer. And I just gotten back from Ireland, so I was like, oh phew. I didn't, but it's always in the moment. I love it. Like when playing Charlene, I wasn't body conscious at all. I didn't think, oh, when I bend over, I have this like belly that kind of sneaks out over my.
You had to do a scene in your underwear.
I did do a scene in my underwear, which is now that I've had my baby, I'm like very proud of that scene because like whatever that is, it will never be that again. It will be different and better in some ways. And
congratulations.
Thank you. So like as insecure as I ever was, I think now I'm just like I have such a different relationship with my body since having a baby. So.
How old is the baby now?
She's 6 months.
Oh, great age.
Yeah,
great age.
It's really.
So the other question is one of I like this idea that you have the yin and the yang going in this thing. That you and Mark are one side, and Melissa Leo and Christian Bale are sort of the other. And if they were that powerful, because there's a very recessive kind of passive quality to Mark.
Yeah.
That it was like he needed all of this feeding and taking care of in order to even function.
It's not just that; it's that he wanted to please. He loves his brother. He loves his family. He has such a strong loyalty to them that, it's not even just being passive. It's just, it's like being loving.
That sweetness that Wahlberg has.
He really does. He was able to capture that essence in Mickey. Because when you meet Mickey, Mickey's super sweet.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk
Mickey
about
could
the real
knock
folks
you out.
And the real Charlene.
Yeah.
What was she like?
She's awesome. She's awesome. She's a lot taller than I am. So that was intimidating because I still wanted to have the presence of somebody who had more physical presence than I do. So I worked on that a little bit, but she was, I was so nervous to meet her because I was like, I knew how I was approaching the character, and if she was even at all like I was approaching the character, I was really scared of her. But she ended up being really generous. But she kind of likes to stay behind the scenes. She's not like Dickie. She's not like going to be the person who's like out in front telling you stories. She sits back and she watches. She's like Charlene. And
now was there an exaggerated aspect to this in terms of that bevy of girls, all those sisters, all that fighting that was going on? It was hilarious.
I think that it was just condensed, but I've heard some stories. I mean, everybody. That's the thing when you have that many people is everybody has a different story for the same story. So you got to sort of hear everybody's side, and it was very funny. One of the sisters, I can't remember which one, was like, yeah, we were all kind of pissed off when like we found out that you were playing Charlene, because like, of course, there's like a, pardon my language, there's like a fucking Disney princess playing Charlene, like that's, and I was like, no, I'm like, yeah, because they thought that she was really going to
enchanted,
that she was going to be portrayed as like, this angelic,
But you must have really enjoyed the opportunity to show that you could do this.
I did. It was, and not only, I live inside myself, so I sort of understand my limitations, but, as much as I'm like my character in Junebug, I'm like Charlene, we're humans. We have so many different sides to our personalities, and I think it's silly to think as artists we can only play to one aspect of our personality.
But any working actress has to be tough.
You have to be tough.
Very.
Yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't be where you are today if you hadn't.
You gotta have a thick skin, that's for sure. I've talked about that before, having a thick skin and a tender heart. There are definitely times when it gets through. It does get through. I'm not as tough. I am as tough as Charlene, but I'm not sort of outwardly as tough.
You probably don't run around throwing punches.
Not unless someone really deserves it. I've thrown a punch. I've definitely thrown a punch. I'm one of 7 kids, so, you know, you had to hold your own in my family.